Okay. And I guess it's not going to show me live. I wonder what's going on with that. That's weird. It just not showing me live at all. I see one person that came in. So it did show up that I was live? Because I looked and it doesn't show that I'm live. There, everybody comes in. I was getting scared there for a minute. Hey, Kylie. Hey, Sarah. We're discussing a topic that really hasn't been discussed tonight. That's the reason for the warning banner. We're discussing crime scene cleanup. And we're actually going to watch a few little videos of actual crime scene cleanup. So that's the reason for the warning. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to be, I want everybody to know that the remediation for biohazard material, decomposition, stuff like that, is different from what they have to do to prepare the house. Oh, you got the notification too. Yay. What they have to do to prepare the house to be demoed. And it's two different companies, two different processes, everything's different about it. So, I guess we will do what we always do and start with a video. I just wrote this one and I haven't even put it to video yet. So, hope y'all enjoy it. Well, anyway, I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but.
Carry your name in the ache of my chest, a love that won't fade though you're laid to rest. The needle stole you, left me here to roam, but I build you a purpose so you're never alone. Dabo's kennels stand where the broken can mend, a hand to the hurting where the darkness can end. For every soul lost, for the ones left behind, I'm weaving your light through the cracks of my mind. Oh, the ripple of the heart, it spreads so wide. Through the tears and the pain, we keep you alive. Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, Ethan, and my own. Your names are the fire and the seeds that we've sown. We're those left behind, but we're never alone. The courtroom grows quiet, the gavel will fall. Kohberger's plea echoes, but it don't heal us all. Their laughter still lingers in the stories we share. For lives cut too short, but their love's everywhere. I'll walk through the grief, plant hope in the dirt, turn scars into meaning, turn loss into worth. For my son, for the fallen, for the hearts that still beat, we rise from the ashes where our souls used to meet. Oh, the ripple of the heart, it spreads so wide. We're stitching the pieces, though the wounds still roll. Your love is the light that the darkness can't blow. Oh, the ripple of the heart, it spreads so wide. Through the tears and the pain, we keep you alive. Maddie, Kaylee, Santa, Ethan, and my own. Your names are the fire and the seeds that we've sown. We're those left behind, but we're never alone. So I'll keep on building with each step I take. For the ones we've lost, for the hearts that still break. Your purpose lives on in the love that we send. In the ripple of hearts, this will never end.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my God. Okay, long story short. Wow, I have been talking this whole time. Anyway, the reason for the graphic warning label is because I'm going to share crime scene cleanup videos. They're pretty graphic. No, they're really graphic. So, no, I've actually just had it muted. I hate that mute button, but I can't. I always mute when I'm showing y'all a video or something because I'm afraid one of the dogs will start barking and everything and it'll disturb y'all. So, well, anyway, thank y'all for being patient. Hey, PKC, Sarah, Kylie. I think I saw Sirius. Why you being so serious? And Leslie, I have not seen you in forever. Where have you been hiding? So anyway, a lot of people think that because 1122, hey Sunflower, 1122 was being demoed, that they didn't have to like go to all this cost and everything to have the remediation biohazard come out. January the 3rd, the cleanup crew came out and they finished it around the middle of January, the last of January. Because even though it was being demoed, they have to make it safe for the people that are going to do the demo. Hey, Midwest. So the remediation company came out in January and did the biohazard. So that's when they boarded the house up. They put the fence. If you'll remember, there's a fence that's like almost touching the house. That's how close the fence is to the house. And so they fenced the house in, did everything like that. And it sat there until it got demoed. And one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because y'all know that everything has to do with why did they demo the house? There's got to be a reason they tore the house down. And come to find out, after the murders, when the remediation company went in, they found that 1122 was full of asbestos and lead. And I guess if the murders had not happened, people would have just continued living in that house full of asbestos and lead. So I do not know if y'all have ever seen the case. It was a husband and wife and their son. They lived in a beautiful mansion. And he had some kind of job that, I mean, his skills was just off the chart. And he suddenly became stupid. And that's not putting it lightly. I mean, that's not making fun or anything like that. I mean, the lead and everything really, really messed his brain up to where he couldn't even add. And I mean, we're talking rocket scientists, stuff like that. Well, come to find out, they had a water leak under their sink and they had it fixed, no problem. But what they didn't know was it had spread and went into black mold. The house was so full of black mold that it basically made the husband mentally challenged, and it was really working on the little boy too. And so they called all kind of people out, and the final decision was that they walk out of the house with nothing. Nothing. They couldn't even take their clothes. It had spread behind all the walls and all the rafters, everything. It was full of black mold. And if I am not mistaken, right outside Houston on I-10, I think it is, that mansion still stands. So considering the asbestos, it being a murder house now, and I don't like that word, but that's what it's going to be known for, the murder house, and the lead, if you think of it from a business point of view, taking our feelings of the victims, our feelings of the victim's family, our feelings of how terrible it was, but strictly just from a business point of view. If you're the owner of that house, the money it's going to take to get the asbestos out, the money it would take to get the lead out, the money it would take, I don't know that you could ever even, you can't get rid of the memory of it being a murder house, so you can't do anything about that. But if you think about the money that he was fixing to have to invest in that house, I consider donating the house a smart move because now he can write it off. And he probably could write it off. I mean, I'm not a lawyer or a tax person or anything like that, but I'm sure that he wrote it off for a good amount. I mean, so I don't know why I felt like this should be something that was discussed. I think it's just because I'm all the time hearing, the nefariousness of tearing the house down. They had to tear it down for a reason. Now, I will say this. Did the university benefit? Hell yeah, they benefited. Because they did not only get 1122 King Road. After that, the ones, hey Doodle, how are you doing? I know that are you still covering Texas, and are you doing okay with it? Y'all, please give Doodlebug some love. She's been covering that terrible Texas flood and, having to post all the missing posters and then having to update Rest in Peace. And, I know from doing my son's story over on TikTok, every overdose would come to me. And I know some days would just be so hard because it was like every overdose came through and finally it just gets to wearing you down. So Doodle, are you doing okay? I keep you in my prayers every day from it. So after they got 1122 King Road, the owners, I guess they were like, you know what, let's just give it up, And so they started selling their property off. Well, a company called Eagle Investment bought up all the properties that they had for sale. And then Eagle Investment sold all the properties to a company called Cottonwood Development. Both companies are owned by Steve Weeks. Now, we all know that the college has a big expansion plan. That it's I think it's like a 25-year plan or something like that. But part of the plan is a Greek Row expansion project, which is going to lead right into King Road. And so if you're going to do a big development like that, you need what? A development company. Well, and you need land. So what does a development company need? They need contracts. So you've got a college that needs a development company and land, and you've got a development company that needs contracts. I am not in any kind of way saying the college had anything to do with it. That's just my way of saying that the college definitely benefited from it. Hey, Glitter. So anyway, I've explained why I think that donating the house was a good idea. And I've explained how I think the college benefited from that deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this for YouTube. YouTube, I'm about to play some videos. And I may have to mute them because I think they may have some music in them. So I'm sorry that there won't be any sound, but I can't get copyrighted because I don't know if y'all know this, but I got turned down for the YouTube partner program and I can't get monetized. I can't do anything. So, and the reason for that is because I made a 16-second video of Koberger and he was holding a knife and they got me for inciting violence. So I'm having to be really careful because I can reapply for the YouTube partner program in 30 days, but it's going to stay on my record until October. So anyway, what don't kill us makes us stronger. But so I'm going to mute the sound because I really don't want to get copyrighted. I'm going to go ahead and say this, YouTube. I am playing these for educational purposes. I am not playing these for the gore of it or anything like that. So I have a warning up. If you have a weak stomach, you might not want to watch. So. Oh man, come on. Work with me here. Okay, so that one was just showing you how they have to cut the walls out and stuff like that. And it wasn't that gory. And I don't have these in any kind of order, but there's some of them that's like uh, cleanup crew video number one. Then, they're supposed to be consecutive. Well, of course, y'all can't expect that kind of professionality from me. Mine's not going to be consecutive. Y'all may watch number 7 and then it might go to number 2. So that's just the way we do things around here.
And where down
No, 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 no. I know they will tag me for that. Ah, there's that mute button. Thank you. Gotcha. Okay, so that one shows you like what they walked in on. And unfortunately, because they have copyrighted songs in the background, I can't get some of the talking and stuff like that. But I mean, I think that we're all probably pretty intelligent enough to know what they're doing. So, but oh wow, I did not know that. Wow, I had no idea. Let's see, what does Miss Leslie say? What? Oh my gosh, Leslie, be safe. My gosh. That is terrible. Wait a minute. Does that say 1,000 earthquakes today? What? Okay, y'all, I've been in the rabbit holes too much because I obviously do not know anything about the tsunami. I might need to get out of rabbit holes more. Wow.
Day in the Life of a Crime Scene Cleaner, Part 1.
And you gotta love some TikToks because they're short and they're sweet. And this is just mainly what I'm going to do is this was just something I put together like 10 minutes before I came live. But what I'm going to do is I wanted to pretty much introduce this tonight. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to put together a video to show like narrating it, like what they're doing, why they're doing it, um, the cost, stuff like that. It's going to be a whole lot more extensive and everything. Please don't tell me I was muted.
Ask a Crime Scene Cleaner, Part 2.
We really appreciate the love and support. Thank you, thank you. Y'all been going crazy on the videos. So as promised, it's part 2.
And that's as loud as it'll
Any more
go.
questions? Let's go. Okay. Do you guys know what happened before you guys clean it? Sometimes. Sometimes the people voluntarily let us know the situation. And other times they don't tell us anything. Just said the police have
Yeah,
cleared
I'm
the
not
scene,
muted.
and it's okay to go ahead and take care of it.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's as loud as it'll go.
Has the scene ever been so disturbing you couldn't do it? The short answer is no. We don't decline the work because that's the work that we do and it needs to be done. Has a scene ever been extremely disturbing involving a child? I say yes, but we just don't decline work. That's just not what we do. Okay, I see a lot of people asking this. Did you ever find missing evidence? Missing evidence, that's hard to say. Missing body parts, maybe a piece of an ear, a finger, brain, for sure. Evidence, not really.
Oh, I couldn't do it either. Definitely could not do it, especially when he said the ones that involve children. Oh no, see, that would just kill me.
What diseases are you exposed to by doing these cleanings? That is a very good question. Just about all. We're exposed to all kinds of diseases daily, and that's part of the reason that we have to have the training that we have.
Yeah, basically any bloodborne pathogen, any parasite, bacteria, infectious disease, yeah, we're susceptible to all of it. Our team has to have all type of medical releases. We have to make sure they get physicals. Yeah, it's extremely hazardous work, and that's why it takes professionals to actually do it correctly.
Day in the life of a crime scene cleaner, Part 3.
Oh, wow. Okay, they shouldn't even have made that one. Okay, well.
Day in the life of a crime scene cleaner.
Proper disposal of biohazardous waste is one of the most critical pieces of the entire operation. It has to be treated with chemicals to destroy the enzymes and neutralize any disease-carrying bacteria. Under no circumstances can it be disposed of as regular trash at the landfill. It must be separated in red biohazard bags and taken back to our facility in preparation for our medical waste company to come pick it up, as you can see here. We normally do preparation inside the office, but this batch was just so terrible, I had to do it outside in the box truck. Depending on how long the fluids were sitting before we did the cleanup, there's a strong possibility for maggots to grow inside the containers. That's not something you want inside.
And where down we
Okay, we've already seen this one. Yeah, we've already seen this one. Guess I should have deleted them as I went.
Day in the life of a crime scene cleaner, Part 5.
Well, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they're trying to get me because I didn't mute that or what happened, but it glitched on my side. Did it glitch on y'all's side? Oh, wow. That's terrible. So, anyway, that gives you sort of kind of the gist of what they walk into. And like I said, tomorrow night, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow up on this and we're going to really get into the remediation of the biohazard. But then we're going to get into the remediation of the asbestos and the lead. And if you think about it, I've always figured that the college tore the house down so quick because they needed to get the land ready to start building the affordable housing for the students. But if you think about it, if it's full of asbestos and lead, they probably can't risk people trying to break into it. I mean, I don't know how quick asbestos would hurt you. I mean, I don't know if you like going in there. That'll be something I research, that if you have to be, I know the lead, you have to be around it for, like a prolonged period of time. And then the black mold, you have to be around it for a prolonged period of time. But the asbestos, that's airborne. That gets in your lungs. So, I mean, serious, could the asbestos get in your lungs like immediately, or is it a overtime deal? So, I think that, that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because, yes, a government contract came in and took the house down, but you have to consider that with the asbestos and stuff like that, they have to make sure that it's all done, according to code and everything. And so that's the reason, for that. It wasn't brought in because there's somebody going into witness protection or somebody's, it wasn't anything like that. There was so many things going on with that house that nobody knew about until the tragedy happened, that other parts of the government got brought in for safety. And I think that's what I think that's where they messed up was, a lot of it is national security, and they don't mean like national security of somebody come in and, like war or something like that. It's the security of the community and a house being in their community with asbestos and lead and, you know, airborne stuff going around and all that. So yeah, it's dust. That's what I thought. My dad, he worked at a steel plant for 35 years, and it got in his lungs. But I figured that with it being airborne, that could be something that would happen, like immediately. So, but like I said, this one was just to sort of feel around, see if y'all would even be interested in knowing what the crime scene cleanup does, how they do it, why, stuff like that. Nina, I'm not certain of that. I would say it was changed. I would never think that they would have brought a jury in there, though. No, I wouldn't either. I mean, the reason why is because I know that um, a lot of the floors were taken out, a lot of the stairs were taken out, so it wouldn't have been safe for a jury to go through anyway. So basically, all they could have done was shown them the outside. Well, the thing about it is the land's still there. Everything on the outside is still there, So, but I am going to get off here and thank y'all so much for your kind words about the YouTube partnership. And y'all, it was a 16-second video. Y'all know I do my little funny videos of Coburger, like singing different songs and stuff like that. And the one with the thumbs up, I had taken and I had blended him into two people. And I put a safety helmet on one and a black mask on one. And I did the song Man in the Mirror. It was a really cool video. I didn't think nothing of it. So that 16-second video pretty much has cost me everything. So, but I think it's a new take on the true crime and would be great. Thank you. And see, that's the thing about it is I don't want to just keep going. Y'all know the rabbit holes I've been in the last couple of days with the emails and finding, the forum that he was on and stuff like that. And I'm going to put all that together and do something with it. But I don't know. I was like, sometimes we want to see something that's not been done. We want to see something that's not been talked about, and if we're going to be in true crime, let's learn from true crime. Let's learn, what they do after the murders, or let's learn why they do it this way, or how they do it that way, or how they pick who does it that way, or whatever. I have learned so much from this case. I'm 56, and I never thought I would be reading thousands of pages of Sigmund Freud. I've learned court documents, court, legal words, stuff that I never thought that I would be doing is sitting down reading a 46-page legal document. Who does that? You know, and look forward to it. I mean, so I can honestly say that I've learned a lot from it. Glitter, you don't be discouraged either, sweetie. I mean, it wouldn't be that big a deal except for I left a 17-year relationship because I I figured, a little studio apartment, $600 a month. Surely I can make $600 a month on YouTube, And so I got my um, subs, and then I got my 3,000 hours that I needed, and I was like, yes, we're going to do this. And then they hit me with the inciting violence and shut me down. So, but that's okay. We're going to keep going, and we're going to keep doing our lives, and we're just going to trudge right along because that's what we do. You just go where your heart and mind take you, and you will see. We will. Ah, serious. I love you. I love all y'all. Y'all have been so good. I mean, and I don't get discouraged. I don't get discouraged as far as my, the community that we're trying to build. Because the thing about it is, I mean, Drunk Turkey is like a wonderful family that I consider my family. And I'm honored because Daniel he put me on his panel. I think when I had 35 subs. He didn't care if I had subs. He wanted to hear what I had to say. And that to me meant more than, because most of the time, if somebody wants to hear somebody, it's going to be somebody that can bring something to their channel. And I didn't have anything to offer Daniel. I couldn't bring anything to his channel. I mean, but he has stayed in my corner and he has helped me. Unfiltered Lucky, he mentored me. He sent me a laptop. He sent me a microphone. I mean, Unfiltered Lucky has been behind me all the way. Kelly with What's the Obsession? She's behind me, so I have some great people in my corner, and y'all, come on now. Let's talk about 12 gauge. 12 gauge is like my counterpart. I mean, and 12 gauge is the same way. He backs me. He told me to get out of my rabbit holes today, and that's okay, but, you know, everybody has always had my best interest at heart. And that's, yeah, Sirius saw me on my I guess Sirius saw me on my first live ever. I mean, probably. I think I had gone live, gone on panel, but I put all my videos that I've been on panel, and I think I've been on panel 51 times with people. I was pretty proud of that, and I've got 100 videos, so, you know, that I don't, if I got shut down today, I wouldn't have anything to complain about because it's definitely introduced me to some great people like y'all. It has taught me so much. It has built me up as far as a person because I need that outside validation because I don't validate myself. So, um, but I'm sorry, that was sort of rambling on about me, and I didn't mean to do that. I do apologize. Um, that's what I try to do is bring the facts, and I do try to be kind. But now the genuine, let me tell you, that's the reason I come with a warning label because sometimes I'm probably a little too genuine. So I don't think I could be anything else. I mean, I don't think I could. I don't think I could be a clickbaiter. I don't think I could be a grifter or anything like that. I really don't. I mean, so. But I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all have a great, wonderful night. And Leslie, please let us know that you are okay. And I thank y'all for everything.